सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। From past 15 years, we are seeing Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads teaching. After completing Bhagavad Gita, we are continuing the Upanishadic studies. As we are studying Bhagavad Gita, simultaneously we started Upanishads also. Since Upanishads are all still remaining, we are continuing that Upanishadic study. Until now, the Upanishads, what we have already completed, we have to recollect those names at least. Nearly 7 Upanishads are over. Mundakopanishad, first Upanishad we saw. Later, other Upanishads, Kenopanishad, Kaivalyopanishad, Taittiriyopanishad, Kathopanishad, and Mandukyopanishad. And Aitareyopanishad also we saw. But 6 Upanishads are main Upanishads to understand Vedanta, to get self-knowledge. Aitareyopanishad is a bonus Upanishad. So Mundaka, Kena, Katha, Kaivalya, Taittiriya, Mandukya, 6 Upanishads are main Upanishads. Normally we take continuously. And Aitareya we saw, that is extra Upanishad. So now we are going to enter the Ishavasyopanishad, is also a bonus Upanishad. In Vedic Sampradaya, the teaching Sampradaya, normally 10 Upanishads are very important Upanishads. In the shloka form they give Ishakena Katha Prashna Munda Mandukya Tittirihi Aitareyam cha Chandogyam Brihadaranyakam Tatha. All these 10 Upanishads are principal Upanishads for which Shankaracharya wrote commentaries, bhashyams. Therefore, they are all called 10 principal Upanishads. 2 reasons are there for these 10 principal Upanishads why Shankaracharya wrote commentary. First reason is they are all having very important ideas of Vedic or Vedanta teaching. Since Vyasacharya in his Brahma Sutras, he quotes all these 10 Upanishads often. That is why Shankaracharya wrote commentaries, so that the listeners can get full benefit of these Upanishads and understand Brahma Sutra later. That is the intention of Shankaracharya writing bhashyam to 10 Upanishads. And other reason is these Upanishads are very, very important among 1000 Upanishads. There are nearly 1,000 Upanishads. Among them, now 108 are available in printing. Among those 108 Upanishads, we are seeing only 6 Upanishads, etc. in this class. Other classes I have taken 11 Upanishads. In this class, until now, what I have taken, only 6 Upanishads, there plus Aitareya, and this is another 7th Upanishads. What about other Upanishads? I do not know. Let me see in future. We'll see. Now these Upanishads, already I have mentioned in my previous Upanishad introduction classes. Therefore, I need not give very elaborate introduction to you. But important ideas are these. Each Upanishad is a bhaga of Veda. Veda has got Brahmana bhaga, Samhita bhaga, Mantra bhaga, and Upanishad bhaga. So each Upanishad has got a connection with one Veda. Mundakopanishad we saw that belongs to Atharvana Veda Upanishad. Mandukyopanishad also belongs to Atharvana Veda Upanishad. Kaivalyopanishad also we saw belongs to Atharvana Veda Upanishad. It is as good as studying Atharvana Veda. If you have done this Upanishad studies, it is as good as studying Atharvana Veda. 3 Upanishads we have completed from Atharvana Veda. Then we saw Kenopanishad, that which belongs to Sama Veda. Sama Veda Upanishad 1 we saw is Kenopanishad. In this class, Chandogyam I have not taken, but in other classes I have taken. Chandogyam also belongs to Samaveda Upanishad. Then Kathopanishad belongs to Yajurveda, that is Krishna Yajurveda Upanishad. Taittiriyopanishad we saw, Kathopanishad, both of them belong to Krishna Yajurveda. Yajurveda has got 2 branches, Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. So Kathopanishad and Taittiriyopanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. So 3 Vedas completed. Rigveda connected Upanishad is Aitareyopanishad we saw. That means you have studied 4 Vedas now. The Upanishad bhaga of the Veda, that is Veda Anta bhaga. We have seen Mantra bhaga and Brahmana bhaga, more ritual part we are not seeing because we are doing Vedanta study. Therefore, we are doing that Upanishadic study. So 4 Vedas connected, different 7 Upanishads. 6 Upanishads we have completed. This 7th Upanishad, Ishavasyopanishad, which we are going to enter, belongs to Yajurveda only, but the second part of Yajurveda, that is Shukla Yajurveda. So Krishna Yajurveda, 2 Upanishads we saw, Katha and Taittiriya. Now we are studying Yajurveda Upanishad only, but this Ishavasyam Upanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. Shukla Yajurvediya Upanishad, Ishavasyam. Ishavasya Upanishad is called Mantropanishad. Mantra Upanishad. Mantra Bhaga. Its expansion only is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is an expansion of Ishavasya Upanishad. That is called Brahmana Bhaga. It is in prose form. Mantras are in prose form. Mantra Bhaga Upanishad Brahmana Bhaga Upanishad is Brihadaranyaka. Mantra Bhaga Shukla Yajurveda Upanishad is called Ishavasyopanishad. This Ishavasyopanishad has got a short name also. Some people call it as Ishopanishad. Ishopanishad. All mobile friendly, SMS friendly names people select short form. Ishopanishad. Don't make further short. Okay. Ishopanishad is okay. Better Ishavasyopanishad. Ishavasyopanishad. This Upanishad has got 18 mantras, a small Upanishad only with 18 mantras. The Shukla Yajurveda, just as other Upanishads have got the prayer Shanti Pathas, this Upanishad also has got Shanti Patha. Shukla Yajurveda Upanishad Shanti Patha is Purnamadaha Purnamidam, which we chant every class as concluding Shanti Patha. That Purnamadaha is the mantra for Shukla Yajurveda. Since Ishavasyopanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurveda, that is our Shanti Patha. Beginning mantra, every class I chant first Purnamadaha. You should not think class is over. But we have to chant that only. Now with this background of Upanishad, you know that Upanishadic introduction already, Taittiriya, Kathopanishad, Mandukya, we saw elaborately. Mundakopanishad, from there onwards I am giving introduction. So, Doshatrayam, how to come out, how Upanishad, the Upanishad meaning, all we saw. So let us go straight away to Shanti Patha. Now, repeat after me. First I will chant. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Is the most complex Shanti Patha. If you take literal meaning, it is very funny. Purnamadaha Purnamidam means Purnamadaha, that is whole. Purna means whole, W-H-O-L-E, that is whole. Purnamidam, this is whole. Purnat Purnamudachyate, from that whole, this whole is originated. Purnat Purnam Udachyate, from that whole, this whole, or from one whole, another whole is originated. W-H-O-L-E. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. If you remove one whole from other whole, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva avasishyate, whole remains. You remove one whole from another whole, whole remains. Now what remains is in our intellect, whole remains, nothing. This is the literal meaning. So you have to keep the whole literal meaning outside. We have to take contextual meaning based on taking the other Upanishads teaching into account, we have to give the meaning to this Shanti Patha. Based on other Upanishadic teaching into account, we have to give the contextual meaning, not literal dictionary meaning. Normally, all traditional Pandits and all, they go this order of the shloka when they teach Upanishads. All Shastris and all, they teach these Upanishads in the shloka form. They don't want to violate that shloka order. What is the shloka order? Ishakena katha prashna mundamandukya tittirihi aitareyam cha chandogyam brihadaranyakam tatha. So they strictly follow that shloka order of teaching Upanishads. What Upanishad first they have to teach? Ishavasya Upanishad. And what they have to teach first? Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. First, when the student come to the class, you teach this Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, what will happen? The student will get Vairagyam towards Vedanta. Because it is a very, very complex form of explanation, very difficult to understand in the beginning. Therefore, Chinmayananda Swamiji and Dayananda Swamiji follow a method that we need not follow the sloka order. It is the most toughest Upanishad also. Not only mantra, Shanti Patha, even the subject mantras are also very, very complicated. They are all having different meaning. What mantras appear, but the behind hidden meaning is entirely different. All 18 mantras. Therefore, what our Swamijis do, Mundakopanishad is the better, easy way of understanding. Mundaka, Katha, Kena, Kaivalya, Taittiriya, Mandukya. They have developed this design so that the students will get more interest in studying, and not only that, they can easily understand also. That is why we generally don't touch these Upanishads. Isha Upanishad first. Now how it is difficult to see Purnamadaha itself. Now what is exactly that contextual meaning we have to see. Let us try to understand. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. So you have to go to the contextual meaning. Purnamadaha. That is from that Paramatma. Paramatma is there. This is actually talking Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam mantra. Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Purnamadaha means that Paramatma is infinite. Purnam Adaha. Adaha means Adasya Shabda. Adaha means that Paramatma. In Vedic tradition, that is always indicating Paramatma. Om Tat Sat, that means always Paramatma. That is Purnaha, whole, infinite. That Paramatma is infinite. Purnamidam. Idam, this Jivatma, the individual, is also infinite, whole, W-H-O-L. Purnam idam. This Jivatma is also Purnaha, or infinite. Then, so Paramatma, that Paramatma, Purnaha, this Paramatma is Purnaha, means both are equal. Both are equated. Purnaha Paramatma, Purnaha Jivatma means both are Purnaha, therefore both are one and the same. Since both are Purnaha, no difference, both are equated. Paramatma eva Jivatma, you see the meaning. Purnamadaha Purnamidam is equal to Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam, oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. So Mahavakya over. Tat tvam asi Purnamadaha tat Purnamidam tvam asi, because both are one and the same. This is contextual meaning. What about the third line? Purnamadaha, first part. Purnamidam, second part of the mantra. Purnat Purnamid Udachyate. Here we have to dwell upon the words very carefully. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From that infinite, the infinite is originated. Can infinite originate? Is it possible? Infinite need not originate. Infinite cannot originate. Then Udachyate means originate. How it can be originated? Purnat, from that infinite, Purnam Udachyate, the infinite originate means here we have to see the contextual meaning. You require a background for this. You know that previously we saw in other classes. Purnat means Sopadhika Paramatma is the Karanam for Sopadhika Jivatma. From Sopadhika Paramatma, the Karanam, the Sopadhika Jivatma, the Karyam is originated. Stop. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From Purna Swarupa Paramatma, that Purna Swarupa Jivatma originate or emerges. This statement only require understanding, that is Sopadhika Drishtya. Paramatma means Prapanchatrayam. Jivatma means Shariratrayam. From Prapanchatraya Sopadhika Paramatma Dwara Shariratraya Jivatma is originated. That is the meaning. One Purna Jivatma, another Purna Jivatma cannot turn. Nirupadhika, two are here. Nirupadhika Swarupam, Sopadhika Swarupam. Sopadhika Swarupa Drishtya, Jivatma, Paramatma, both are one and the same. Purna. When we say from that Purnaha, this Purna is originated, the moment originated word has come, you have to take that Paramatma Vachyartham. Vachyartha Paramatma is Prapanchatraya Rupa Paramatma. Karana Prapancha, Sthula Prapancha and Sukshma Prapancha Rupa Ishvara Hiranyagarbha Virat Rupa Paramatma is the cause. I, the Jivatma, Vishwa Tejasa Prajna, is born. This is the hidden meaning. Because Purnam originally it doesn't have beginning and end. But Upadhi Drishtya, there is beginning and end. So Udachyate word comes, you have to take Upadhi Drishtya. Because infinite Brahman doesn't have any birth and death. There is no upadhi at all. Therefore, you have to take the vachyartha of that Paramatma and vachyartha of Jivatma. Clear? Just like ocean and wave, Paramatma is compared to ocean. Jivatma is compared to wave. Sopadhika, Nama Rupa Drishtya. Sopadhika means Nama Rupa Drishtya. Wave is one name, ocean is another name. But real essential nature of ocean and wave is nothing but water. Similarly, Paramatma is like a ocean, Jivatma is like a wave, Nama Rupa. Paramatma, Prapanchatraya Nama Rupa, Shariratraya Micro Nama Rupa. Both are nothing but water-like Atma. Atma is compared to water, Paramatma is compared to ocean, Jivatma is compared to wave. If you think about the example clearly, you get Dashtanta clearly. So you have to dwell upon that Drishtanta. Ocean, wave, Paramatma and Jivatma. Ocean name is only Nama Rupa, but what you have to grasp there, water is the essential nature. Wave is also a micro level, small waves, is also a form, a name. What is the essential nature? Water. So the names both are given as you are uttering ocean, wave, as you are seeing ocean form and wave form. Are they separately, independently existing other than water, wave and ocean? Even though Nama you are uttering, form you are seeing, intellectually try to understand, are they really exist? What are they? Ocean and wave. Both of them. Do they exist other than water? Since they don't exist separate from water, other than water, therefore Nama, Rupa, ocean and wave both are mithya. That point you have to catch. Ocean name, ocean form is mithya. Why? Ocean is nothing but essentially water. Wave is also wave name, wave form. I experience, but intellectually I grasp there is no wave other than water. Therefore, wave is mithya, unreal. In spite of that knowledge, I can use wave name, I can experience wave form. This knowledge is there. Still I can experience ocean form. I can use the word ocean name. What is my understanding? There is no wave, there is no ocean. This is fact, evident. Water is in the form of ocean. Water is in the form of wave. Really speaking, there is no ocean, there is no wave at all. They are only just an appearance. But my intellect grasps the truth, that is, water alone is there. Water alone is Satyam. Like that, the fourth statement you have to catch now. From ocean, wave has come. That is correct. From ocean, only wave has come. From macro ocean, microwave is born. Correct? Upadhi drishtya, nama rupa drishtya. Purnat purnam udachyate. Sopadhika drishtya. Then fourth statement, purnasya purnamadaya purnam eva avasishyate. Here you have to come to nirupadhikam. Fourth line. Purnasya purnamadaya. Now nirupadhika Brahman, you grasp that sopadhika, you drop, you take that, just as in the example you have taken water content. Sopadhika Ishvara, sopadhika Jiva, they are both like ocean and wave. Nama Rupa. Paramatma Ishvara, Nama Rupa, 33 crores of devatas put together, Paramatma, Nama Rupa, is like an ocean. All jivas, individual names at micro level, Shariratrayam, born out of Prapanchatrayam, it is Sopadhika Nama Rupas. Macro Nama Rupa, Micro Nama Rupa, they are essentially Purna Brahman, water-like Purna Brahma Swarupam. Therefore, Paramatma, ocean-like Paramatma Nama Rupa is also Mithya. Wave-like Jivatma Shariratraya Nama Rupa is also Mithya. Their essential nature is water-like Brahman. Brahman alone is called as Paramatma. Brahman alone is called as Jivatma. Therefore, Sopadhika Drishtya, Paramatma, Jivatma, Nama Rupa, both of them are only an appearance, only a Nama uttered on your lips. They are not real. Paramatma is Mithya, Jivatma is Mithya. Parama Jiva Upadhis, they are conditioning factors, restraining factors. They are not really there. They are nothing but Brahman. Purnat Purnamudachyate Vachyartha. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Adaya means grasping, understanding. Purnasya Purnam. That means Nirupadhika Brahma. If you grasp Purnam Adaya, Nirupadhika Jivatma, Nirupadhika Paramatma is none other than pure Brahman. Nama Rupa Rahita. Swarupam. Adaya means when you grasp that, who remains? Purnam eva avasishyate. Purnam Brahma alone remains. So, Purnasya Purnamadaya. The essential infinite nature is Purna Swarupam. Purnasya, belonging to Paramatma and Jivatma, their essential nature is Essential nature of wave is water. Essential nature of ocean is water. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. You grasp the Sopadhika Paramatma essential nature, you grasp Sopadhika Jiva essential nature, you grasp. You grasp means intellectually you separate them. Nama Rupa you separate. Essential nature you take from Paramatma and Jivatma. Just as you did in ocean and wave place. Ocean Nama Rupa you drop. Essential nature you take. What is essential nature of ocean? Water. You drop wave Nama Rupa, take the essential nature, water. So water, two waters or one water? One water. Similarly, from Paramatma, Prapanchatraya Nama Rupa you take out, drop. Grasp the essential nature of Paramatma, Atma. Atma you take. In Jivatma also Nama Rupa Shariratrayam, your name, your form, your mind, subtle body, gross body, all Upadhi. You drop and take out Atma essential nature. Atma, two Atmas or one Atma? One Atma. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. That Swarupa nature, Atma, you intellectually separate. Physically you cannot separate. Have you done that separation physically? Ocean wave with regard to that Nama Rupa, have done physical separation or intellectually separated? Intellectually that Nama Rupa is separated. This is very clear. Ocean is water. Wave is water. Rain is also water. Each drop of water, that rain is many Jivatmas, you can imagine. So nice practical example. But what is the content? Every state, each river is flooded. So many places floods are going on. Brahmaputra Nadi, Yamuna Nadi, Kaveri Nadi, Krishna Nadi, Godavari Nadi, all are flooded. What is that content? Water. Intellectually you have done. You have not separated them physically. Here also, Prapanchatrayam, Shariratrayam, the individuals, Nama Rupa, what we are seeing, they are all Mithya. Purnasya, from Paramatma, Nirupadhika you take out, Nirupadhika Atma, and from Jivatma, Nirupadhika Atma you take out, Adaya, by grasping, Purnameva Satyam, Avasishyate. Really speaking, Mithya Nama Rupa na Avasishyate. Wave, does it exist? To take out the water from the wave, can wave exist? You take out the water from the ocean, does ocean exist? Water is wave, water is ocean. Atma is, Brahman is Paramatma, Brahman is Jivatma. Jiva, Parama, both are Upadhis, Purnasya, Purnam, Adaya. Take that Purna Swarupam from Paramatma, take that Purna Swarupam from Jivatma, Adaya, Purnameva, infinite Brahman alone is Satyam remains. Nama Rupa, Aihinai. Wave, ocean, Aihinai. While you are seeing ocean, you can say, oh, ocean, you are not there. Can you say or not? Can you say boldly? After studying Vedanta, not all people cannot say. After studying Vedanta, you stand in front of ocean, you can boldly say, ocean, you are not a ocean. You are only Paramatma. சொல்லலாமா இல்லையா? தைரியமா, without any hesitation, without any doubt. Can you say boldly or not? Rain, rain, you are not there, you are only water. You go and stand, look at the rain. Hey, rain is coming, rain is coming. Tell me, rain is coming, water is coming. This is my blessing. Every time Bhagavan gives one practical example for me in the class at that time while it is going on, I take it as a blessing. You go in front of that rain and ask, rain, rain, you are not rain. Can you say or not? You are only water. Like that, in the front of Prapancha, you can stand and say, world, world, you are not there. You are only Brahman. You are only a word. Rain is a word given for water. Rain is a word given for water. Does rain exist separate from water? Tell me. Never. Similarly, world is there in front of me like rain. I understand, after understanding Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Brahmaneva Avasishyate. Rain like world doesn't exist. It is only a word. Sat Chit Eva Satyam. World is a word on your lips, including your body, mind. Purnameva avasishyate. Now, from many years you are chanting Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Now you understand what is the meaning of Purnamadaha. Without understanding, just chanting, no use. You have studied many other Upanishads previously here, therefore now you are able to grasp. Suppose you come first time to my first class, suppose I talk this, same subject, can you grasp how difficult it is? You have to struggle. But somehow you have managed to understand because you have some extent Upanishadic background. Are you enjoying this mantra today? Appa, ittana naala I am chanting Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Onnume theriyamale. Idudha that Paramatma Purnamadaha, this Jivatma Purnamidam, both are one and the same. Purnat Purnamudachyate, from that Sopadhika Paramatma, Karana Ishvara, the Karya Jivas are born, originated as it were. Seemingly born. Waves are born really? Seemingly born. All water goes to that ocean. Seemingly born. Rivers are seemingly born. Really they are nothing but water. Water mayam. Enga paathalum water mayam. Vedanta student should say what? Sarvam Brahmamayam. Re re Sarvam Brahmamayam. Sarvam Jalamayam. Like that, Vedantin student have to say Sarvam Brahmamayam. When Sarvam Brahma, Aham Kaha, who am I? Ahamapi Brahma eva. I am Brahman. When Sarvam Brahman, everything is Brahman, where am I? Helplessly you have to accept, I am also Brahman one. How many Brahmans are there? How many waters are there? The rain comes in Bombay is different. Rain in Madhya Pradesh is different. Uttarakhand rain is different. Huh? Is there difference in the rain? In that water? Madhya Pradesh rainwater is different. Uttarakhand rainwater is different. Chennai rainwater is different. Can you say that? Only one water. Similarly, all Namarupas in the entire world is only one Atma Brahman. So I am Brahman in different forms. I am appearing. Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Avasishyate. That fourth line is Nirupadhika Atma Swarupam. Third, Purnasya Purnamadaya is Nirupadhika. Karya Karana Sambandha is not there. Only Purnat Purnamudachyate is Karya Karana Sambandha. Now this Karya Karana Sambandha, cause-effect relation, you are talking Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. Is it really there? Wave, ocean, from ocean only wave is born. Ocean is cause, wave is an effect. It is very nice to hear. Ocean is cause from which wave is born. Correct only. From what standpoint? Sopadhika drishtya, namarupa drishtya, temporarily we accept. But once you think more, really, since ocean is water, wave is water essentially, ocean Namarupa is mithya, wave water is Namarupa, wave what name is mithya, therefore there is no question of really cause-effect relation. From water standpoint you see, is there cause relation, effect relation? Water drishti. Only from water drishti you see, water standpoint. Can you talk about cause-effect relation? You cannot. Similarly, from Nirupadhika Atma Drishtya, Paramatma Karanam Jivatma Karyam cannot be there. So Karya Karana Sambandha is also mithya. When Karanam is mithya, ocean is mithya or not? Mithya. Wave is mithya or not? You only said mithya. So ocean is mithya, wave is mithya. Mithya, mithya, karana karya sambandha also must be, cause-effect relation also must be mithya. Then what is satya? Everything is mithya, Swami. What is satyam? Water is satyam. Similarly, Paramatma, Ishvara, Karanam, Jivatmas are all, we are born, Karyam is also mithya. Then what is satyam? Atma is satyam. Atma ityeva satyam. Clear? Over? Enough? Purnamadaha Purnamidam? It is in the head or above the head? In the head. If I take the first class, it will be above the head. Now, I hope it is in the head now. It has entered, it will work, and you want to do Nididhyasanam, contemplation, do contemplation on this mantra. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Sopadhika, Nirupadhika, Bhagatyaga Lakshana. All you have to do homework. That is the meaning. இல்லைன்னா சும்மா அர்த்தம் தெரியாமல் ஏதோ chant பண்ணுறது, however much you chant, no use. It will give punyam for you, but it cannot give moksha. It cannot stop your limitation, insecurity, fear. That is why you have to understand the truth, the fact that you are. The truth is that Brahman is you are, your real nature. Your ahankara, nama rupa is also wave-like. And very nice Swami, wave example is so nice. That is your lower nature. I am not able to go further. I want to make you to understand here itself. Very nice Swami teaching. Now here itself you have to claim. In the place of wave, keep your body, mind, complex so and so. I am, that amness and I, the consciousness and existence principle, am is water-like. The Nama Rupa is wave-like. When you look at the mirror, you are seeing the wave or water. Neither wave nor water. You are seeing wave like name and form in the mirror. The one who is observing, the observer of that name and form is Satyam. The observed is not Satyam. The observer is Satyam. I, the observer, am Atma, observed body, mind, either through mirror or directly. It is mithya. Therefore, never give importance too much to this body-mind complex. Make use of this body-mind complex to understand, to own up, to claim, I am Purna Swarupa Atma. That's why if Purnananda name, Purnaha name they keep, if they understand this, what a wonderful name. Brahmanandam per. Brahmamanna theriyadu, Anandamanna adu vere theriyadu. Then whenever they keep names, why they keep all names reaching to only one essential nature, Paramatma. All Nama Rupas meant to identify the Satya Vastu. Ocean Nama Rupa, wave Nama Rupa meant for what? To identify the Satya Vastu. As you are experiencing the rain, you are experiencing what? You are experiencing what? Wave. Wave or water or rain. You are experiencing the rain, what you are experiencing really. Rain you are experiencing or water you are experiencing? Water. Therefore, whenever I experience everything, that is really Brahman. Nama Rupa is Mithya. Put solinde polam. Pono nenikare. Purnamadaha Purnamadaya Purnamevava Sishya. Shanti Shanti Shanti, you know. Adhi Bhautika Tapani, Adhyatmika Tapani, Adhidaivika Tapani. And let me cross, and with healthy body mind complex, let me assimilate more and more this Vedanta teaching, which is talking about my true real nature. Let me grasp. With this background, we'll enter into the first mantra. We will read it. Page number 4. Page number is in the down left side. Om Ishavasya Gum Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjithaha Ma Gridhaktasya Svidhanam. One of the most popular mantra often quoted. So the Purnamadaha Purnamidam, we have understood that Nama Rupa is Mithya, Brahman is Satyam, that Brahman is myself, Atma is Satyam. Now this mantra, the first line talks about the two types of lifestyles. First mantra, second mantra alone elaborated in other 16 mantras. So first mantra talks about Nivritti Marga. Second mantra talks about Pravritti Marga. Pravritti Marga is available in Grihastha-ashrama. Our Grihastha-ashrama is an active lifestyle Pravritti Marga. And Nivritti Marga is taken by the Sannyasa Ashramis. Sannyasa Ashrama lifestyle, and the path Marga taken is Nivritti Marga, withdrawal lifestyle. The two lifestyles are given. The first line here, the first mantra talks about Nivritti Marga. Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagat. First mantra, Sannyasa Nivritti Marga mantra says, whatever is there in this world is nothing but pervaded by Paramatma. One has to understand. The first mantra talking about Nivritti Marga, Sannyasa Ashrama lifestyle. Second mantra is talking about Karma Marga, Pravritti Marga for Grihastha Ashramis. You have choice between lifestyle. Either you take Grihastha Ashrama or you take Sannyasa Ashrama, you have choice. But in knowing the truth, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, there is no choice. I am a Grihastha, therefore I cannot understand, I cannot know, I have no time to understand the truth. I am Brahman. You cannot say. Only sannyasis can know. You are sannyasi Swamini, don't have any responsibilities. Therefore you are afford to know because I am in Grihastha Ashrama. No. Whatever ashrama you are in, either Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grihastha Ashrama, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa Ashrama, there is a choice, wide choice, whether to do this or not to do this. Certain karmas, selection is possible, but regarding the knowledge, you cannot escape, you have no choice. I cannot know this, I cannot choose this Vedanta, the truth, learning and all. You cannot say that. It is choiceless. Everyone has to study, everyone has to understand this truth. With regard to Jnanam, no choice. With regard to lifestyle, there is a choice. Either you travel by flight or you travel by train, you have a choice. But reaching the destination, one goal, there is no choice. Human goal is only one goal. That is moksha purushartha. Either you enter into dharma, artha, kama, grihastha ashrama. Slowly you want to travel like in the bus and the Maattu Vandi. மாட்டு வண்டி தெரியுமா, முள்ளமாக வரும். அதில் வரைய கிரகஸ்தாசிரமில் உட்காரு. பட் ஸ்லோலி யூ ஹாவ் டு கம். எதுக்காக உட்கார்ந்தேன்? வை ஆர் சிட்டிங் இன் தட் மாட்டு வண்டி? சும்மா உட்காரதுக்காக தானே. சம்வேர் யூ ஹாவ் டு ரீச் த டெஸ்டினேஷன். தட் சேக் ஒன்லி யூ ஆர் சிட்டிங். இஸ் இட் நாட்? Another person sitting in the flight. What for? To reach the destination. ஃப்ளைட்டில் உட்கார்ந்து ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக போடுவோம், மாட்டு வண்டியில் உட்கார்ந்து ஸ்லோவாக போவோம். பட் போக வேண்டியது ரெண்டுமே யானம் தானே. போத் ஆர் vehicles only. Vehicles are meant for what? To reach destination. Similarly, body vehicle is meant for, it is also yanam. Body vehicle is also meant for moksha destination. Whether you sit in grihastha like matuvandi or you sit in sannyasashrama like flight, but destination is choiceless. Doesn't matter. We have taken, chosen that grihastha. தெரிஞ்சியோ தெரியாமலையோ மாட்டு வண்டியில் மாட்டிக்கிட்டோம் அண்ணா, பரவாயில்ல. அதுக்கு என்ன? There are many people. Janaka Maharaja was there, Krishna was there, Arjuna was there, and Uddhava was there. All were jnanis. Why not the grihastha? But you have no choice regarding destination. In a vandila ukarndachu, because in the vehicle you have already sat. Don't say that I have no time to reach destination. Hey, you are sitting in this body, mind complex only to reach destination. You have chosen the lifestyle, pravritti marga. Come slowly at least. Somebody takes nivritti marga, lot of time is available. They spend more time. They understand fast. You understand after 20 years. That's all. Understand? But even in grihastha also you can live like a sannyasi with antara sannyasa. Paramarthananda Swami is his words, court reduction. Reduce possessions, obligations, transactions and what? Relations. That's the custom. I am asking you to say. Relations. Reduce. Court reduction for grihastha. That's why you are coming to the class and study. Understand. Understand. Isha vasyamidam sarvam is for everyone. This knowledge. More in the next class. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.